What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Turbo today. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. This is at the request of Flower Child. We're doing this for you, my friend. So let's get started. This video is going to contain short-term price expectations and then long-term cycle-ending price predictions as well, what the all-time high I think will be by the end of the cycle. So if that sounds good to you, stay tuned. Hit that like button. Buckle up, and let's get going. So looking at this thing on a 3-day basis, we're looking at it here on the RSI. You can see that your RSI, man, I mean, really this whole time since the bull market began, essentially, back in November of 2023, you've been finding support in this area your whole life. So seeing you continue to find support here is definitely a encourageable thing, to say the least, right? Let's see if we can compare what you're doing here with anything that you had done before, right? So we see here you kind of have two lower highs, and you've got like 1, 2, 3 lows, right? Here you've kind of got like 1, 2 lows there, right? Like that's like a 1, 2, and then this would be your third low, and you've got lower highs here. It's kind of similar, kind of actually. Like, and I mean, if you look at this overall thing here compared to like this overall thing here, it kind of actually has similar readings. Obviously, clearly this one's weaker to the upside, but stronger to the downside, I suppose. Similar kind of look even here, but not quite the same. You know, nothing too crazy. All I will say is it's very, maybe not. I was going to say getting above the 60 seems to be a good thing, but there's been times where you got above the 60 and it resulted in you going lower. But okay, here it is. All right, you ready for this? So you get above the 60 and you go back below it. You bounce off the 50 area. The next time you go above the 60, you get overbought. Okay, all right. Let's just roll with that. You go above the 60 here, and you get rejected. You go back below. You go down and find support around the 50 area. And then the next time you go to the 60, you go above it into the overbought area. Okay? You tried to get above the 60 here, and you did, but then you go back below it. Again, you find support in that 50 area right down here. And then the next time you go above the 60, you get into the overbought area again. Well, here you were trying to get above the 60, and you did. You found some resistance, so you pulled back to the 50. You found support. Next time you go up to the 60 area, might you go into the overbought zone? I guess you didn't on this last attempt. Maybe you just rejected it. But this next attempt up, I would think, is that move that takes you to the overbought zone. So with that implied, or with that thought, if we're expecting a move to get you into the overbought zone, I think it'd be important to consider this move, consider this move, consider this move, and consider this move as potentials for what we might do here. So looking at this thing throughout your whole cycle, essentially measuring what we're doing with this metric here on the 3-day time frame is measuring every move that ensued after we had similar conditions in the RSI to what we're seeing now. So essentially all of your bull market pumps, not all of them, but like the significant ones, which I think you're in the presence of seeing, right? I do think Turbo is about to see new all-time highs. And when I say about to, is that going to be in 3 days? Is it going to be in 3 weeks? Is it going to be in 3 months? You know, nobody knows, but soon, probably before 3 months. From a low to a high here, you pumped overall 714% right here from your relative low here, right? And I'm not taking the like low over here or this low. I'm just taking the relative low to the move. The relative low here to the relative high pumped up 372%. Relative low here to the relative high, that was a big one. That was some exchanges buying there, that's for sure. And then here, relative low to your relative high, 310%. All right, cool. So 310, 372, those are nice kind of bottom range areas. 1900's definitely outside the norm. I would not expect that for this next move up. 700, maybe it's possible. Probably not in like a month or in a week, but maybe it's possible. I like this 300% to 400% range. That's kind of a nice thing, right? And it's not from the current price that we would grow that much. It's probably from the relative low is what my guess would be, right? So if we were to grow that much, assuming that the move is to come soon, you know, a 300% move would essentially take you to about 2.86 cents. I'm going to put a line there, okay? We're going to see if we can make sense out of that in other ways, right? Because this is a very basic, we're just comparing previous moves this cycle relative to the similar things that we're seeing in the RSI, projecting that we're about to see a similar thing, and then basing it off of these moves here. We're not being too crazy. We're not going to go with 1900% because you're probably not going to see that. I mean, let's just see what's Turbo at right now, market cap wise. What the hell, CoinGecko? Man, this thing. I was just what? Okay, all right, on. Oh, what? I don't even know how that happens there. CoinGecko, man, it's glitchy. I don't even know why I used it. I should use CoinMarketCap. All right, well, that's all I needed, man. CoinMarketCap. Market cap. See, I don't even use it that often. Often enough to have it in the black, though. Okay, let's try it this time. Good job, CoinMarketCap, right? Sabotaging CoinGecko. Now I'm going to use you guys forever. Okay, let's see. That's probably not what happened. I'm just joking. Market cap is 500 and let's just call it 600 million. 600 million. To be fair, maybe you could see 1900% growth still. I mean, well, it'd be from the current price. 600 million. I mean, dude, you could 100x. Is that accurate? Is this real? Oh my goodness. 600 million. Is that right? Let's go to CoinGecko. I want to make sure. I just want to make sure, because I know that they have them different sometimes. 636 million, but still pretty close. I mean, dude, if this thing's at 600 million, a 10x would be 6 billion, a 100x would be 60 billion. Even at CoinGecko's, it'd be 63 billion. That's a very attainable market cap for this type of coin. It absolutely is. I want to just look real quick. Hold on. High to low. High to low here. Sorry for the noise. That's my computer saying it's about to die. Saying, feed me, I'm going to die. If you were to see just 100x, just 100x, but let's just see if you were to see 100x, what would that imply? And is this from the accurate? I don't think that's the accurate price right now. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. It's the boring stuff that reveals the good stuff, right? Normally. It's the exciting stuff that tends to mislead you. 100x would be all the way up here. And it'd be completely fair again. A $60 billion market cap, that is not small, but that is attainable. What about a little bit more? What about a little bit more? What about like $160 billion? Is that, or 160x? Could we do that? Google calculator. What would that be? Right, let's just do this real quick. That'd be 157.7. 157.7. And you've got a $600 million market cap now. So I'm just going to do 600 because I don't want to put all the zeros in. If I'm doing million, right? So this is millions. Every 1,000 in my answer will be a billion. Okay, so 10,000 will be 10 billion. 100,000 would be 100 billion. Just pay it just right. So 94. That's perfect. That's just under $100 billion right there. That's actually just under. That's perfect, man. Wow. I didn't think this was going to be my prediction by the end of this video. Certainly not. I think Turbo, the snail, has a very solid chance of seeing prices around $1.50 by the end of this cycle. By the end of this bull cycle, I might be the only person who's not just like randomly calling for crazy moon boy numbers just to get likes or subscribers, right? I'm saying this genuinely. I think you could see $1.50. That'd be the height. That'd be the absolute maximum that you could see, but it's possible. Knowing that's possible, sure as shit makes this 40-cent target a very, very possible target, very probable target, right? What do we get here at this high to low? 2272, not a whole lot coming in line there. That's okay, though. We don't need to. All right, so whenever you break out here, right, we were getting this average move, this kind of average move expectation. Now that we have the all-time high expectation out of the way, I meant for that to be at the end of the video, and we're kind of at the end of the video anyways, but it was a little bit, it got interjected in there because I work that way sometimes. But remember where this white line came from here that's lining up very well with this 1618 golden extension, the golden extension of your first high all the way down to your all-time lows. That move, the golden extension right there, lines up very well with this move, which again, that white line we got from measuring about 300%, right, which is like on the lower end of the growths, the moves that you've seen throughout your cycle so far. That's kind of the minimum expectation. So maybe you don't do 309%. Maybe you go right to that 1618 and you see 360%. Does that sound familiar? 370, 310. Hey, it sounds pretty on par to me. And it's your 1618. And look at this. If we look, man, look at you've You've actually respected the hell out of this fib. I could have made this video in 2 minutes and just told you, look at this. From a high to a low. High to low here, look at what you did. Stopped at your golden ratio, found support at your 382, went to your 786, found support at the 0.5, went all the way up to your 1272, found support at the 100. Then you went up to your next level, the 1414, found support on the 1272. Likely you're just going to go up to your next level, which is an average growth that you've seen throughout this whole cycle anyways. If you were to see more than that, maybe you do. It's possible. You could see more than that, but it wouldn't make sense from really from a fib perspective. But that's okay. It doesn't need to make sense from a fib perspective. I suppose, yeah, you could go maybe like 4.6 cents. Okay, so we got the end of the cycle predictions, right? We're calling for anything from around like, it could be at 40 cents at a minimum, genuinely. That's the minimum target is 40 cents, and the maximum target is $1.50. I like the idea of $1 as a nice psychological level, especially with the idea that you could go a little bit past $1. So probably a little bit over $1 is what my true expectations are for Turbo by the end of the cycle. I really do think it will do a 100x from the current price, which would at least put it above 90 cents. But that's end of the cycle stuff. This move here that I'm calling for, this would be like end of January, end of February, sometime in February, within the next month and a half kind of target, right? I was expecting that we would have an overall move up through December for most crypto and going into the end of January. So then we would top off in the end of January. But I'm starting to suspect we're not going to top off at the end of January, guys. We've already topped off. We've already corrected. We haven't started our next move up. So I don't see us topping off by the end of January. So this move that I've been associating with a lot of crypto, I've been saying by the end of January, it hasn't happened yet, and here we are in January. So maybe instead of by the end of January, I'd say by the end of February, you're up anywhere from about 3.2 cents to 4.6 cents. But this month, now, this week, if not next week, you're going to start this move. You're in the beginning phases of commencing this next move up, being here at $0.009, the next move taking you up at a minimum to 3.2 cents to 4.5 cents, 4.6 cents, right? That's probably going to happen. I think sometime in February is when you'd see these targets. You're going to start moving up this month, probably next week. 250% minimum target, about 400% is your maximum target in growth in like what would be, I think, a month to a month and a half's time probably. So that's that. Gave you the end of cycle predictions. I hope you liked the video. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I very much don't believe that we're going to see lower prices, right? I think you've held up rather well on this Coinbase listing drop, right? You've done rather well, so I think that you are going to continue moving up from here. Good recovery, higher lows, finding support at previous areas of resistance. The structure looks nice. The fib structure looks immaculate. It looks great. And there's no doubt in my mind that your next target at a minimum being here at $0.009, your minimum target from here is 3.2 cents. And there's nothing you can do about it. So just buy a ticket and hold on. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.